Uganda has never had a peaceful presidential transfer. 2031 could finally change that, or entrench family rule for another generation. Yoweri Museveni has governed Uganda since 1986. Now his son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, says he will run for president in 2031 and predicts that with his father's support, he could win 90% of the vote. But Muhoozi isn't simply the president's son, he is Uganda's military chief, and that creates an uncomfortable question. How free can a future election be if one potential candidate has spent years commanding the armed forces that police the political system around him? Uganda holds elections, but democracy requires more than ballot boxes. Opposition leader Bobi Wine and his supporters have faced arrests, violence and restrictions. Veteran opposition figure Kizza Besigye has been imprisoned on treason charges. Muhoozi himself has previously threatened to behead Bobi Wine. The government rejects accusations of systematic political repression and argues that security measures respond to genuine threats and criminal conduct. But Uganda's constitutional history deserves scrutiny too. Presidential term limits were removed in 2005. The presidential age limit was removed in 2017. Both changes allowed Museveni to remain eligible for office. Now, after 4 decades under one president, his son is openly positioning himself as successor. That doesn't mean Muhoozi should be prohibited from running. Being related to the president doesn't remove his democratic rights. If he competes against a free opposition, under independent institutions, without military intimidation, and Ugandans choose him, that choice should be respected. But that is precisely the test. Because Uganda has never experienced a peaceful presidential transfer, 2031 could therefore become historic for 2 very different reasons. It could finally demonstrate that political power belongs to Uganda's citizens, or 4 decades of Museveni rule could effectively pass from father to son. Stability matters. Museveni supporters rightly point to Uganda's violent history before his government, but stability and democracy are not the same thing. And the greatest legacy Museveni could leave would not be ensuring his son succeeds him. It would be building institutions strong enough to let Ugandans freely decide that question for themselves. Because Uganda's next president should not be chosen by State House, not by the military, not by Museveni, not by Muhoozi, but by the Ugandan people. This has been the JR Voice. Stay tuned for more unpacking of global headlines.